Hello, this is teddygaming and welcome back to another review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TMNT vs Street Fighter issue number 5, and oh boy, this was a really disappointing and really anticlimactic conclusion to this whole mini-series. And I said multiple times throughout this whole review for each issue that I don't know much about like Street Fighter or anything like that, so I may be a little bit hindered in some of my enjoyment for the series, but I feel like this whole issue was just one of these ones that had potential to do something really cool and interesting, but then they just don't really do too much, and it really just ruined like some characters in a way. But I really wanted to enjoy this issue because I somewhat have enjoyed the other issues, but I just wanted to enjoy it, but unfortunately I didn't. Okay, so the actual story itself, there's two parts which I'm going to talk about, and it's going to be a little bit confusing just because both of them like overlap quite a lot, so yeah. Okay, so first I'm going to start off with the backstory and stuff because I feel like that's the easiest bit to really go into and explain like quickly. So in this bit here, we do get to see Donnie, Backstockman, and some Street Fighter characters basically like wondering how they're going to sort things out because the bomb's going off and stuff like that, and they want to stop it, but yet they can't. And you know, it's an interesting setup. We got Donatello and Backstockman working, and that should be interesting. But yet they just don't actually do anything. They just more or less like still like go against each other, and got Backstockman going on and on about how he wants to save himself, his empire and stuff like that, and then more or less like reversing it and saying that, oh no, I want to save all you guys and save all your people and stuff like that, which I guess can be a little bit funny, but like throughout the whole thing you just know that like he has like the bad intentions, and because it's more or less sort of like, I won't say like cop out like a majority of the times where someone goes, oh yeah, you know, I want to save like you guys, and you know, like originally I was going to say something else, and I think that after a while it did get a little, I don't want to say annoying, but like bad. I want to say just because it feels like they weren't really doing too much with his character, and he was just there just because, and it's a real shame because Backstockman's had a really good year in the comics in terms of like doing lots of stuff, appearing like so many crossovers and stuff like that. And then with this one, he's just there mainly, and that's really disappointing because he has been a pretty decent character in this miniseries so far. But with him here, it just feels like he was there, and then they just mocked his character, and it's like really disappointing. But it is what it is, I guess. So then after that, we do get to see Raphael comes in and basically says, oh yeah, I'm going to take the Psycho power so that the bomb can't go off. And he takes the power, and that should be really cool, and yeah, they just don't really do too much with it, and I'll be explaining this in just a little bit. But I think for like the whole concept of wrapping the power and stuff like that should be really cool, but with how little they do with it is so disappointing. But I think like the potential for what they could have done with him having the powers and stuff like that was there, but yeah, they just didn't do anything, and it was wasted potential really. So then with the other stuff, we do get to see Leonardo, Mikey, Jenica, and some other Street Fighter characters. They're fighting Shredder, and then Mikey comes in and says basically, Shredder, stop, you know, you should like really care about all this stuff because, you know, there's people in New York that like, you know, like you care about. And Shredder says no, and he punches him and just runs off, and he says that, oh yeah, basically, all like the only good information you gave me there was, you know, you gave me the name of the enemy. And then somehow Shredder finds him on the rooftop, don't know how, and yeah, all the other characters, I guess, follow him, and they got to the rooftop, and we do get to see Shredder vs M. Bibson, and it's kinda cool, I want to say, but with how poorly they've written Shredder in this issue, it's either that he's written like really weak in terms of fighting M. Bibson, which I don't know how powerful and strong M. Bibson is, so maybe he's not written weak, but I'm not too sure about that. But then he's got this other like side of him where he's like the 80s, like 87s Shredder, which is like, I want to enjoy it because I think like there's a potential there to tell a really interesting story with Shredder. But at the same time, how poorly they write Shredder in this issue, it's just so annoying just because it feels like he's there and he's doing stuff just because he's there, and then they don't really do much with him. So again, it's just like, what's the point of having him in there? But then after that, we do get to see Psycho Raph. He comes in, and then Yep, not much happens. He just zaps him far away into the river, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this issue. I mean, I was really expecting there to be a lot more. I'm not too sure what to really expect with his psycho power and stuff like that, but I was expecting a lot more than just him zapping the characters into the river. At least something, anything, not just zapping the gun. But then after that, we do get to see all the characters more or less making up and stuff like that, and saying that basically they're going to go their own separate ways. And then for the final scene, we do get to see Raphael fighting, I believe it's Scully, but I'm not too sure. And that pretty much wraps all this up. And this bit here was okay, I want to say. I want to say like the ending was at least good. It was like wrapping stuff up. I was in like the, you know, like crossover end of the episode type of thing, which I did enjoy and didn't think it worked really well for what they were trying to go for. And with going back to the whole fight thing with Raph and the Street Fighter character, I thought that worked really well. And I would definitely like to see like another crossover, but I haven't really set anything up for the next one. If they do make one, which I'm not too sure if they will. I'm guessing they probably will, but either way, I don't know if they are setting something up or not, but I don't know if I'll be interested in seeing another one, but I probably would read it, but yeah, they don't set anything up, which I think is a little bit disappointing. So overall, I think this issue was just so frustratingly annoying, just because I really did want to enjoy this issue. So much was going for this one, so much with like Psycho Raph, the whole stuff with Shredder and Bibson and stuff like that. But yeah, it just feels like some of the time the writer's not really writing the characters properly and just more or less going off like, I want to say like traits from like how they were written in the 87 stuff, which is not bad, but the only problem is that this supposed to be like the new modern Turtles and stuff like that, and yeah, we're going back to stuff like that, which it's like okay, but it's all like running the characters in so many ways, especially like with Mikey, like certain scenes talking, and we've got Shredder more or less going off in a like vengeful way, which he's never really been like anyway. And then got Backstoneman just trying to try a lot of Turtles into doing something which he knows basically they'll do anyway, but only for his benefit and stuff like that. So I feel like the potential here with some of the characters was definitely there, but I do feel like some of the characters were poorly written, and I can't really speak too much on the Street Fighter side of things because I'm not too sure. I feel like they might be written good, but again, not too sure about that. I hope they are, but you never know. Now the art for this issue was pretty great as well as the colours. Everything about that was really great and on point with all the other stuff. I don't have much to really say about that. It was about as good as the other issues, which is good. So yeah, I mean overall I feel like this miniseries was pretty enjoyable for the most part, and I know that I said like this so many times that I don't know too much about Street Fighter, and to be honest after reading this miniseries, I still don't, and it's not really like giving me any motivation to actually go off and read or watch any more Street Fighter stuff. But you never know, it could change me later in the future. But so far, it hasn't really like swayed me to go over to that side yet. And I know that I said this like in every issue, but basically I wasn't looking forward to it, but then I did enjoy it a lot more as I was reading it. And for the most part, I'd say that like looking back on some of these issues, they were really great and really enjoyable, and I think this is a miniseries which I would like to revisit again maybe one day in the future, but I don't know, I mean, I feel like this whole ending has just been a really disappointing thing for this miniseries. I mean, had they like changed some of the stuff in the ending, I do feel like I might go back to like reread this whole miniseries from start to finish, even with this issue, but this issue really makes it hard for me to really get invested in the story again. So who knows, maybe I might change my thoughts and feelings about it in the future, but as of right now, I doubt it. And I do hope they do make another Street Fighter crossover, because I do feel like there's like some potential here to tell like some more interesting stories, but I'm not too sure what they could be, just because of the villains and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, I haven't really set anything up, so I'm not too sure. This is just gonna be a one and done type thing. I guess we'll wait and see. But yeah, that's gonna be for today, guys. If you enjoyed them, please share, like, subscribe, and all stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.